Is it authentic about all of Black America or just a segment of Black America? I mean, my concern is that white kids that are buying this stuff, a lot of the music reinforces negative stereotypes, that blacks are violent, that they disrespect women, that they kill each other, that they use bad language, and that's supposed to be the black reality.
Well,
does that concern you?
That's just a result that we don't have a lot of media outlets, because the white community is way more violent than the black community on a bigger level. You talk on black on black violence, look at Bosnia Herzegovina. You know, it's not a black face nowhere in there except in the UN. But and white people disrespect their women on a bigger level than black people ever could do. It's a white man that says, well, a woman only makes 71 cents when I make $1. You know, that's nothing black got to do with that right there. So the kids today are really not concerned on really white people endorsing who we are. We're not concerned about that in '93, and I think that we really need to refocus as a community and could care less who looks bad upon us, you know, because it doesn't make a difference. White people have really never helped our situation. You know, matter of fact, they was founders in putting us in this situation, so their endorsement shouldn't matter in 1993.
So you don't care what they think?
Not at all.
What do you think the appeal of the music is to the 70% of the market that is white that buys it?
The appeal is the reality of it. Everybody likes the truth. The truth is good for your brain. And in a society that feeds you so many lies, which doesn't help you grow as an individual at all, this is uncut, raw truth. You know, why do people watch Cops? You know, because they can see the truth. They don't want to see reenactments no more when this is showing you the real deal. And that's what the rappers are providing for the people, the real deal. You know, and matter of fact, some of the white kids are sick of their fathers telling them about the community. They want to hear what's the problems. Because they're problems. You know, it's not like, you know, like we're putting a bad front in for the community. The community is going to all hell because poverty and frustration does not mix. And when you have that time bomb, it blows up like it did in April of 1992. So, you know, the kids are starting to say, look, Pops, all that stuff you were saying, put that aside. We're becoming their heroes. And that's really why the media is in a frenzy, because the white kids are taking Bon Jovi and all these clowns off their wall, putting up Ice Cube and Public Enemy, and then they're starting to listen to what we have to say, because it's not all on the gangster tip. A lot of it is really political, and that's where the problem stems.
Let me ask you about the influence of white record promoters and record label people. From what I gather, a lot of the white owners of record companies have said, make it harder, make it nastier, make it dirtier, that they're encouraging that kind of thing because they think that will sell even more. And we're kind of excited that Snoop Doggy Dogg got into the trouble because, wow, that's going to boost record sales. What white hand is at play in this stuff?
As far as Ice Cube's concerned, a white hand is never in play with anything that comes out of my mouth. I can't speak for other artists because I'm not in there on those meetings. I'm not saying it don't happen because I believe that it do. You know, and if that's happening, if an artist is influenced by the record companies to say what he really don't feel, then he's definitely a fool for putting out material that he doesn't feel and he has to go and take the heat for. But I don't allow the record company to come to the studio when I'm in the studio, and I don't allow them to tell me what I can or can't put on the record. When I hand them a record, that's what they better put out, because the day they don't put that out is the day Ice Cube will go completely off. You know, when my lawyers coming in,
right,
going after.
Okay, so you really present them, but you're big enough to do that. What about somebody
When I was small, I did it.
Huh?
When I wasn't quote unquote big, when I was just an artist coming up, I wouldn't let them dictate to me what kind of records to put out.
Who's making the most money in this stuff?
Well,
Are
You
the
have-
artists making the money?
Oh, of course not. You know. But we doing this interview. You're not making the most money out of this interview. ABC is, you know. So everybody, unless you're on your own business, unless you're on your own distributing, unless you're on your own trucking, unless you're on your own retail stores, you're never gonna make the most money. But see, what I got to give is deeper than money. See, they make money off of it, you know.
But doesn't that upset you that whites
No,
are profiting
I'm
off
not-
the
I'm not-
bad experiences of the black community?
We distribute information. So they might make the paper dollar, which in 1993 ain't worth too much. But I get the mental money. I get to spread what I think to other black kids. And when we get that unity, we can make tons of money. When we have that unity where I trust this black man and he trusts me, and we can pool our dollars, and we can be an economic strength. So they make the money for now. That's all right, you know. But
You got the mental money.
I got the minds. I'd rather have the minds than the money.
What about the issue of whether violence is increased by what these kids see in the videos and the guns and the stuff like that? Are you thinking this is having any impact? Don't you think that a kid listening to a radio station that is talking about zooming in the boom boom
What?
all day long and shaking butts, and isn't that going to put sex on the minds of kids that may not otherwise? Or don't let anybody diss you, and they're thinking, I gotta go take care of this person?
Well, see, all rap music is not about that. You've just taken a section of it. Just like all movies aren't pornos. It's just a section of the movie. All movies aren't rated R. So you're just taking a portion and exposing that. The kids of America is violent because America is violent. She deals with her problems with the gun. So how you expect the kids of America not to do the same thing? There's violence in South Africa and in other places in Africa because of the gun. Rap music ain't got nothing to do with that. So they invented the gun, and they've made them very accessible in our community, easy to get to. You know, why is nobody at the Rifle Association talking to them about the guns in our community? No, see, you want to come to the bottom of the barrel. Even if we stop doing the music today, wouldn't nothing change, because we still have these forces. We still have poverty, we still have frustration, we still have weapons.